Hey, this is Gary with Optimal Cruising, and we are on board the MSC Seascape. This video is a full ship walkthrough from bottom to top. We're going to show you everything there is to see on this amazing ship.
And if you're looking for some unique features, we are going to show you some areas and parts of this ship that we haven't seen on any other ship, not even on other MSC ships. One of the unique features to the Seascape is this intimate little lounge where you can view your photos electronically before you purchase them, or if you purchased a package, you can review them and see which ones you're going to choose to print up. They also do print up random ones and put them on display for you to walk by. This photo area is on deck 5, the lowest area of the ship with public areas. And you can see the main lounge here at the bottom of the atrium with guest services. If you're going to sail again with MSC, this is where you want to book another cruise because you will have the best promotions out there, including a raffle they usually do if you purchase within the first few days of your cruise for an extra credit to your stateroom for this cruise. Now, we just walked up the crystal staircase into the atrium on deck 6, and again you can see a nice lounge seating area. They also have the shore excursions desk up here, along with another bar, the Shine Bar, which is one of the premium bars on board. Off the atrium area on deck 6, there is a long corridor of shops, including a duty-free shop and others. We're going to take a little walk by. And this corridor opens up to a lot more shopping, more stores, and the Vanky, which we're going to look at in a minute. The lounge in the middle here of the shops does have live music, piano at night, and dance classes and dancing during the day. One thing we really like about the Seascape is the elegant design. And now we're heading into the Vanky, which is MSC's premium chocolate shop right on board. If you're looking for premium coffee, specialty Italian chocolates, gelato of any kind, Vanky's where you want to get it. It is an upcharge, but it's definitely worth it. Now in the middle of the Vanky area, there's a staircase going right up into the casino, which is pretty wide open with a lot of machines and table games. We like how wide and expansive the casino is on the MSC Seascape. But one thing you want to keep in mind if you are going to gamble is that the odds at machines are not as good as they are at casinos on land, so just be prepared for that. And if you are going to gamble, always use your room card to keep track of your points. They have a system, use it at table games as well, because you can earn a free cruise with only gambling around a few $1,000s, which is not bad. So definitely you want to keep track of your points. And here we are back into the multi-deck atrium on deck 7 this time. And again, we really like the elegant nature of how this is designed. They have a wine bar here, which is particularly popular in the evenings. They also have a couple of additional high-end shops on this deck, but it is also, during the day, a nice place to just sit and relax. And now we're headed up the crystal staircase to deck 8 to take a look around. This is the top and final floor of the atrium. It's always worth a stop here on deck 8 just to catch the view of the atrium. One of the more popular and cheaper specialty dining options on the MSC Seascape is the Ola Tacos Cantina. And then right along the hallway past Ola Tacos, you have the sports bar. And if you love a sports bar, I haven't seen a better one at sea than on the MSC. They even have some of their casino games in the sports bar. The amount of room they have in the sports bar is incredible, and they even have little nooks that you can hide out in with your group. Taking up the entire front of Deck 8 on the MSC Seascape is the Aria Spa and the Gymnasium Center. This is an amazing setup, one of the best spas at sea, especially if you're into water and thermal areas. You can't go wrong. The gym is also expansive, a lot of open space, and plenty of equipment, even on crowded sea days. We really like the Uptown Lounge for its plush seating and entertainment. At night, they have music and dancing. In the day, they sometimes have classes and other things going on. And for breakfast, they have a unique continental setup with some premium drinks to purchase. If you can't get enough shopping, the Seascape is for you. I've never seen so many shops at sea. The Seascape also has the Iris Scan Picture Maker, another unique feature to MSC ships, which you're seeing here on the left. You can actually have that done with your own eye. We really like how the Seascape has grouped all of their specialty dining restaurants in the same general area, so they're easy to find, with the exception of the Ola Tacos Cantina, which is in a different part of the ship. The Uptown Lounge is another well-appointed bar on the MSC Seascape with very nice plush seating and music and dancing on many evenings. And if you're in a big group, there are some private events actually held right here. In the back of Deck 8 on the Seascape is the famous Infinity Pool. It's actually two pools split by a catwalk that you can walk and see the ocean pass you by. It's a very nice feature. It is adults only, so keep that in mind. And if you're looking to sit here by this pool, people get up pretty early to secure the day beds and chairs. Now, I did cut this particular video in one take so that you could really see what it's like to walk around this ship and all of the areas and how expansive it is. There are a lot of places to find, to sit down, some shade, some sun, so you always find something that is to your liking. One of the interesting features is the infinity bridge. They also have another bridge of size, which we'll get to later, but it's glass bottom. You're looking right down at the water when you walk over this thing. On deck 8, on both sides of the ship, they have these very long and roomy infinity hot tubs. Now, the water's not really that hot. It's more like a nice bubbly float going on in there when they turn on the bubbles. Right now, there's nobody in there, as you can see, but there is a lot of room, and you can usually find space, and there is one on both sides of the ship. So on the MSC Seascape, decks 9 through 15 are only staterooms. There are no public areas on those decks, so we're going to take the elevator up to 16 and check it out. The jungle pool here is MSC Seascape's solarium with a roof that they can close to keep the climate out if you need to, or they open it with good weather. We really enjoyed the serene feel of the solarium pool on the MSC Seascape. There are a lot of nice places to sit here, places to eat here, but keep in mind it does fill up fast, so if you want a space in the solarium, you want to get here early. The Marketplace Buffet on the Seascape is one of the better buffets at sea. Maybe not MSC's best, but it's definitely worth trying out. You can see they have a lot of seating. It's pretty expansive and long. It goes on and on and on, and there are a lot of stations when they're fully opened up. They do rotate stations during off-peak hours, but you can always find something here during the day. They really don't fully close. We have some other videos specifically about the food on this ship and other ships, so be sure to check those out if you're curious. One thing I will tell you about the MSC cuisine is it's a little more Mediterranean or has a European feel to it. It's not as American as you might find like on a Carnival or Royal Caribbean, but they do have American options like hot dogs, hamburgers, French fries, those kinds of things, but they tend to have an Italian feel on this ship with a lot of pastas, a lot of pizza, and all kinds of unique vegetables and things that you can choose from the salad bar that you might not always find. At the back of the ship on deck 16 is another bar right next to the bridge of size, and this is not to be missed. Actually, walking over this bridge freaks some people out. It has a glass bottom looking directly down at the pool area below. You can see the ocean. It's quite a sight. There are a lot of tables here too where people take food from the buffet and eat outside. Now deck 18, wait, deck 18, what happened to deck 17? Well, if you didn't already know, on MSC ships there is no deck 17. That number is superstitious in Italy, where these ships were born. Deck 18 is the main pool deck and also the sun deck with very expansive areas, lots of chairs. You can usually find some room here, except when they're having special events like pool parties or contests. Then it gets pretty crowded. They also have a movie screen at one end where they do show movies in the evening and afternoon, which is kind of fun to watch. One feature we really like about the Seascape is the day beds they put right next to the water by the pool. We also really like that there is an ample shaded area connected to the main pool deck for those of you who don't want to be out in full sun all day long. Pirates Cove is one of the bigger play areas at sea for children of all ages. You have areas like this for the smaller kids, and then you have some mega water slides that even adults enjoy trying out. The arcade occupies one side of the ship and is a unique passage point to get from the front to the back of the ship on deck 18. They have a lot of big kid style games here and a lot of activities that are fun for people of all ages, including a Formula One racer that you can try for a fee. Here we are back to the solarium pool area, which actually expands 2 decks. So we are on deck 18 now, overlooking deck 16 below. There's the pool. But on deck 18, you have some more seating, and you have some table games like pool, table tennis, a couple other interesting games. You also have the kids club up here on this level, and you have stairs connecting deck 16 and 18. So if you want to sit in a quiet area while the kids are in the pool, you have a lot of options here. This solarium pool is for all ages, unlike some other ships and cruise lines where they limit the solarium to adults only. On the MSC Seascape, the solarium is for anybody. They have adults only areas, like we mentioned earlier, in the infinity pool at the back of deck 8. So now we're going to pass back through the arcade on deck 18 in order to get to the water slide area and show you some of the slides, as well as the sports deck area, which is all kind of in the middle of the ship there, above the kiddie Pirates Cove play area. Let's take a look. This area of the ship, which has the highest decks on the ship, is actually a lot of fun to walk around because there are a lot of interesting pathways you can discover and places you can get around to that you don't find on a lot of cruise ships. They do have a bar here, which is 1 deck above the pool bar, but it's overlooking the pool if you just want to sit out and relax away from the hustle of the pool deck. The basketball court area is not that large, but they do play a lot of sports here and they have organized tournaments for everybody, which is kind of fun. Sometimes they don't allow kids, so keep that in mind. They want you to be 16 or 18 for a lot of those. And we really like this unique feature on the MSC Seascape, especially if you have young people with you. It's a nice climbing area and it's for anybody. You can walk around there. It's kind of cool that they have this floating in the middle of the ocean. One of the MSC Seascape exclusive features is the Robotron attraction. This is a thrill ride that will wave you all over the sky and hang you out over the edge of the balcony. It's an extra fee and it's not always operating because it gets shut down in inclement weather conditions. And even if you're not going to participate in some of these athletic activities, it's worth it climbing to the top just for the view. And that is the entire MSC Seascape. And once you've done the walk around this ship, I'd say you've done your exercise for today. Now that you know all about the MSC Seascape, there's one more thing that could make sure you really have a great time on board. Click here to see some of the most common overlooked perks that you can enjoy on your cruise.